Hello and welcome to the 19th episode of the quiz show. We are back to Bangalore in first time ever. We have done this. We have come back to a city probably because we love Bangalore too much. The audience loves us. We love them, and it's a very symbiotic relationship. For me, especially Bangalore is very special. When I think of recording stand up, I come to Bangalore. When we have to do quizzing again and again, we come to Bangalore. We just launched our merchandise, and the first ever launch has been in Bangalore. That's insane. Can we give a big round of applause to the city? The city has some vibe. Some vibe is there. There is a, despite everything, despite the like the draft. Oh my god! But yeah, we had a thrilling prelims, and three people are on stage. On the back of that, we'll meet them one by one. Let's start with Sanveer. Sanveer, some intro. Sanveer, we've met earlier on Quizzing with Members. We've met him in quiz shows. Something about yourself, Sanveer.
Hey, Sanveer. Yeah, from Chandigarh, work as a product manager here in Bangalore. Very happy to be here. And hobby, running. I like running.
You like running. Okay, big round of applause for Sanveer. Okay, Parth, are you making your debut on the quiz show?
Yes, I
Oh
am.
my god, big round of applause for newer audience, newer people. Parth, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Parth. I am an ex-founder. I'm currently on a career break. Going to find something soon. And my hobbies are playing the guitar, and also quizzing used to be a hobby back in college. Then I kind of left, but actually started watching your show. So the three of us, my sister and my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
It's like our pastime to watch quizzing with the comedians during our lunch and dinner times.
Yeah, so sweet. Big round of applause for Parth. Parth, some basic school, college, where did you go just for our reference and all?
I went to IIT Kanpur.
Uh, Wow. Okay. No, it's always interesting to find people who went to ITIM who had to be asked before they could say. Typically, when you go, you start your intro with that, right? I'm Parth, I'm from IIT Kanpur. Yeah. And then, yeah. Antaragni and all still happening. Okay, cool. Going to Srikant. Srikant, you've been here earlier.
Yeah, I have been here. So I have been following the YouTube channel for a while now. Saw a lot of videos. I kept trying to get tickets, always missed out.
Hmm.
The last time you came here a couple of months back, again I missed out. But somehow I found one person who was willing to sell ticket for the last quiz, India quiz, and
India quiz.
that was the only quiz I attended.
And you
And
came on stage, right?
yes,
Yeah.
I
You
won
won
that
also.
also.
You won also. Humble.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, cool, 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 cool. Great, guys. Great, great, great. Great. Let's do this. Ready? Everyone knows how this works. We'll start. Order will be Sanveer, Parth, Shrikant. We'll start with Sanveer with a food question. Sanveer. Okay. A legend attributes this dish's invention to French cooks working for a Russian noble family, but several sources point out that the recipe is a refined version of older Russian dishes. After the fall of Tsarist Russia, the recipe was popularly served in the hotels and restaurants of China before the Second World War. Russian and Chinese immigrants brought several variants of the dish to the United States, which may account for its popularity during the 1950s. It came to Hong Kong in the late 1950s with Russian restaurants and hotels serving the dish with rice but not sour cream. Which dish do you think we are talking about? And just to clarify, it's still popular. So don't think it was popular in the 50s and now. We still see this in menus all over the world. What are we talking about?
No clue. Caesar salad.
Not Caesar salad, going to Parth.
Potato salad?
Not potato salad, going to Srikant.
I'll say Russian salad.
Not Russian salad. Why are we where did we write salad? Why is everyone focusing on salad?
I had a different answer in my mind, but they both answered salad.
I got confused कि कहीं हमने salad लिख दिया क्या? Healthy questions in life I avoid. Salad तो भाई question क्यों बनाऊंगा मैं? Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, we have digressed, I feel. So focus on French plus Russian. Like purely in terms of just the answer will sound Russian, so to speak. That's why we've repeated Russian, Russian again and again. Okay. The most popular version of this all over the world is beef dash. But in India, of course, the most popular version is chicken dash. Okay. The name sounds, yeah, Shrikant is blocking. Cool. Think Russian sounding dishes. And then look at the clues. Dish served with rice, not sour cream. Russia, went to China, went to Hong Kong, went to America.
No, pass.
Passing to Parth,
Pass.
passing to Shrikant.
Is it stroganoff?
It is Stroganoff. Yes, it is Stroganoff. Well done. First points on board, 7 points for Shrikant. It is Stroganoff. Sounds Russian. That was a big, big clue. Stroganoff. Huh? Have seen this?
Yeah.
Sanveer, Parth? No? Didn't see only Stroganoff. Okay, now you'll see. It happens when you know a new word. You see it everywhere. Like that. Okay, Stroganoff. 7 points to Shrikant, which means the next direct will be to Sanveer. Okay, Sanveer, the 2000 US presidential election, if you remember, is known for being one of the closest US presidential elections, with the result hanging on the state of Florida. The state had used a ballot, which you can see, which was very confusing, particularly for people wanting to vote for Al Gore. So, no need to go into details. It was very confusing if you're voting for him and all that. But many consider this to be the only reason why he lost the election. What I want from you is, considering its shape, and that's why we've given the visual, what from the faunal world gives this ballot its name? Dash ballot.
Okay. Fauna. Okay, gives this ballot its name. Uh, they were called hanging chads, no? Like the 2000 election.
Yeah, but these ballots had a specific name because the way they looked.
Okay. Okay, just guessing. Is it Ladybird?
No, passing to Parth.
Is it centipede?
Not centipede. Going to Shrikant.
Is it butterfly?
It is butterfly ballot. Yes, it's butterfly ballot. Looked like butterfly, and this was the confusing part. People voted for Al Gore. People were supposed to vote for Al Gore. Very good. 12 points there to Shrikant on this. Wow, what a start. Okay, Sanveer, ready?
Yes.
No pressure. Sanveer. Let's do it. X is a fictional place in Tibet's Kunlun Mountains, described in the 1933 novel Lost Horizon by English author James Hilton. Hilton portrays X as a mystical, harmonious valley. X has become synonymous with any earthly paradise, particularly a mythical Himalayan utopia, an enduringly happy land isolated from the world. Now, completely different type of clue, but for the same answer. X is also a multinational hospitality company founded in 1971 with four brands across different market segments. The X at Singapore hosts a prominent intergovernmental security conference known as the X Dialogue. The dialogue is commonly attended by defense ministers, permanent heads of ministries, and military chiefs of mostly Asia Pacific states. What is X?
These have become harder. uh, is it Timbuktu?
Not Timbuktu, passing to Parth.
I would pass.
Okay, passing to Shrikant.
Is it Shangri-La?
It is Shangri-La. Of course, it's Shangri-La. Well done. 12 points there to Shrikant. It is Shangri-La. Okay, now you're thinking Shangri-La is the word you use for to refer to an earthly paradise. It's just funny coincidence that a guy called Hilton made a place called Shangri-La. Shangri-La, of course, a hotel chain as well. Delhi has a Shangri-La, and Singapore has a famous Shangri-La that holds the Shangri-La dialogue. Okay, Shangri-La, 12 points there to Shrikant, which means we come back to Sanveer for the fourth question. This is a four-word phrase. Okay, ideally four-word phrase. The first major metaphorical use of the term or the phrase in popular culture was in the 1947 novel by John P. Marquand. And this novel also had the same name, okay? It inspired a 1951 Broadway play of the same name by Paul Osborne. The novel and play concern a pivotal period in the life of a New York City banker. In the course of the story, the character faces two realities. First, that his quest for a big promotion will mean either triumph or a dead end to his career, and second, that he can never go back to the small town life he abandoned as a young man. What phrase do you think are we talking about?
Is it There's No Going Back?
Good guess, but no. Passing to Parth.
Goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
Nice. No. Going to Shrikant.
It's not a four-word phrase, but I'll say go big or go home.
Go big or go home. No. Okay. We'll start again. But Sanveer, your guess was thematically in the right direction. Okay. but we want the exact phrase. So if you can just put four blanks on the sheet, I'll give you the second and third blanks. Okay, dash, off, no, dash. Okay, Sanveer, whenever you're ready.
Point of no return.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're talking about point of no return. That's the book, that's the Broadway play, and that's the phrase. Point of no return. Sanveer gets 5 points for no return. Okay. Next direct is to Parth. Parth, are you ready? First direct to you. X is a highly toxic nerve agent discovered by chemists Gerhard Schrader, Otto Ambros, Gerhard Ritter, and Hans Jürgen von der Linde. As a nerve gas in its purest form, it is estimated to be 26 times more deadly than cyanide. Probably the most infamous famous use of this nerve agent was in the Tokyo subway attack, where the Om Shinrikyo sect released an impure form of this in the Tokyo metro, killing 12 people and injuring over 6,200 people. What are we talking about?
Is it
What?
sarin?
Yes, it is sarin. Well done. 10 points there to Parth. It is sarin. And if you notice, you can derive the answer from the names of the scientists. That's the clue. Sarin comes from Sarin. ऐसे करके. Sarin. Okay, Gerhard Schrader, Otto Embron, Hans Jürgen von der Linde. Sarin. 10 points there to Parth. Next, direct to Shrikant. Shrikant, looking at two different terms. Okay, the terms originate from the analytic methods found in Organon, which is a collection of works by Aristotle. Both terms appear in Euclid's Elements and were popularized by Immanuel Kant's Critique of Pure Reason, an influential work in the history of philosophy. Both terms are primarily used as modifiers to the noun knowledge. A X knowledge is independent from any experience. Examples include mathematics, tautologies, and deduction from pure reason. A Y knowledge depends on empirical evidence. Examples include most fields of science and aspects of personal knowledge. What are X and Y?
I'll say intuitive and observed.
No, passing to Sanveer.
Uh, Axiomatic and pass.
No, passing to Parth.
Pass.
Okay, we'll start again with Shrikant. So, since it comes from like sort of like classical period text like Aristotle and all, and even Euclid, the answer will be slightly Latin types. Okay, that zone. It's my first clue. And both answers are A dash A dash. Okay.
I'll take a shot. Is it a priori and a posteriori?
Yes. Nicely done. A priori and a posteriori. Knowledge which is obtained through experience is posteriori. A priori is obtained through independent of experience. Nice. 5 points there to Shrikant. Okay. Next direct is to Sanveer, keeping in line with slightly technical science, math, and all. In mathematics, there is a type of statement that follows directly from a previously established theorem and is considered of lesser importance. This concept is often exemplified by the relationship between the Pythagorean theorem and the law of cosines. Charles Sanders Peirce described this type of reasoning as one where the conclusion is immediately clear if the premises are true, contrasting it with more complex forms of deduction. What is the term for such a directly deduced proposition that complements a broader theorem? Okay, looking at a one word answer.
Is it corollary?
It is corollary. Yes, it is corollary. Well done. 10 points there to Sanveer. Love corollary from school days only. You don't have to prove and all. It's just, you know, it's fun stuff. Like if this is a right angle triangle, then some of the other two will be 90. You love fun. This is a corollary. You don't have to prove. Beautiful. Okay. 10 points there to Sanveer. Now moving to Parth, we are now moving to completely different from math and science. We're moving to music. Okay, looking at a very specific subgenre. In the 1980s, Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, and Anthrax were key players in a genre known for its fast tempo and aggressive sound. This style, characterized by rapid drumming and shredding guitar riffs, is associated with a term that might describe someone recklessly energetic. It emerged as a counter to glam metal and saw a revival later with bands like Lamb of God and Municipal Waste. What subgenre are we talking about?
Thrash metal.
Thrash metal, says the guitarist. Yes. 10 points there to Parth. It is, of course, thrash metal. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, Metallica, Slayer, Megadeth, and Anthrax are known as the big four of thrash. Then in the 90s, early 2000s, saw a dip, then saw sort of a revival with Lamb of God and other bands. Thrash metal, nice. 10 points. Shrikant, do you love rock music in general or no?
Mostly classic rock, not really metal.
Classic rock? Okay, I'll give it to you. Next question. This individual, renowned as the guitarist for one of the most iconic rock bands, has also been a staunch advocate for wildlife conservation, particularly in his opposition to the badger cull in England. His decade long battle against the cull, which is intended to curb the spread of bovine tuberculosis in cattle, has been documented in a recent BBC program titled Dash Dash, which is his name, The Badgers, the Farmers, and Me. Despite initial doubts due to his background as a rock star, he collaborated with large mammal vet Dick Sibley and farmer Robert Reed to conduct a groundbreaking experiment that achieved TB-free status for a farm without harming any badgers. Who are we talking about?
Just to clarify, the blank lens are indicated.
Yes,
I'll say Jeff Beck.
Jeff Beck. Okay, good guess. Going to Sanveer.
Jimmy Page.
Not Jimmy Page. I mean, good guess. Going to Parth.
Is it Brian May?
It is Brian May. It is Brian May. 12 points there to Parth. Brian May, in case you don't know, is of course the guitarist from Queen. Okay. That brings us to a very fast first half. Let's take a look at the scores. Sanveer on the back of point of no return, 5 points and 10 points for corollary. Sanveer is right now on 15 points. 15. Then we have Parth who had 10 for Sarin, but then there was a rally at the end with Thrash Metal 10 and 12 for Brian May. Parth is on 32 points. 32. Srikanth, who started with a massive lead in the beginning, on the back of that, with 7 points for Stroganoff, 12 for Butterfly Ballet, 12 for Shangri-La, and then 5 for A Priori Posteriori. Srikanth is on 36 points, is it? 36. Let's start second half. The order now will be Srikanth, Parth, Sanveer. Srikanth, this is for you. For 3 product managers, I have brought a LinkedIn question to enjoy. Why not? Let's do it. Bangalore. First ever LinkedIn screenshot question. Okay, I need a specific answer. What's blanked out from this viral LinkedIn post? This person says, I'm happy to share that I'm starting a new position as Dash at FCI Cumberland. Okay. And you can see the details of the man, of course. Starting a new position. Yay. Update on LinkedIn. This post got viral on LinkedIn. What do you think was the blanked out word slash position? We'll start whenever Srikanth is ready.
And I'll say Doge.
No, not Doge. Going to Parth.
Inmate.
Inmate. Crazy. This is, of course, he was arrested for financial fraud and everything, and clue was there in the company and all that. FTX Digital. So he posted on LinkedIn saying, I'm happy to share that I'm starting a new position as an inmate at FCI, which is Federal Correctional Institution.
Clearly, I'm not spending enough time on LinkedIn.
Yes. Or not investing in fraud financial fund. Inmate, that is correct. 11 points there to Parth. Great crack. Also, Parth is on a break, job break. He's spending a lot of time on LinkedIn nowadays. Okay, Parth gets 11 for this. Next direct is to Sanveer. Tanvir, what connects, amongst other, these group or people with respect to 2024 US presidential elections? Okay. Of course, this was a US presidential election, so you can see the effect on the quiz. But specific to the last US election that we had, what connects these people? There is ABBA, there's Adele, there's Elton John, there's REM, there is Spinal Tap, there's Prince. There are other people also. These are the most famous people. And Isaac has slightly, slightly in some sense different than the others. What is common to all these guys?
Did they all perform at Kamala Harris rallies?
No, but good guess. Going to Srikanth.
Did they all ask Donald Trump to not use their songs in his rallies?
Beautiful. Beautiful. People who had asked Donald Trump to stop using their music. during their campaign. Anybody wants to guess why Isaac Hayes was more? Why did we write more famously for him? Because he's the only guy who actually like legally won the battle, like injunction and all that, and he won that battle. That don't use my music. So yeah, there's Adele, there's Elton John, there's Rihanna, there's Prince. Fantastic crack. 11 points there to Shrikant. Quiz is heating up already. If you're tracking the scores, 11 points to Shrikant, which means next direct will come to Parth. Parth, I'm talking about a certain green owl. He's a green owl similar to the spectacled owl species in the real world and is meant to symbolize knowledge, wisdom, and learning. He can at times serve as a coach to motivate users to achieve higher learning goals and can also instruct users on several aspects of the website. As you are doing lessons, he will sometimes pop up to do things like giving encouragement. It has recently been used in memes to depict the reminders to practice in a humorous way, mostly in the amount of emails users receive. It has been known to call in ballistic missile strikes on people who do not practice or physically abuse them. The meme has become known as Evil Dash Owl. What is its name? Just looking at the blank.
I don't know the name specifically, but it's a Duolingo owl.
Yeah. So guess the name if you think
Duo.
Duo. Yeah, yeah, perfect. It's the owl is called Duo, and the meme is called the Evil Duo Owl. Never miss a day of language practice. Well done. You learn Spanish for 3 years on Duo, and all you learn is where is the bathroom. ¿Dónde está el baño? That's all you learn. 2 साल strike कर करके. Okay, 10 points there to Parth. Fantastic. It is Duo from Duolingo. Okay, next direct is to Sanveer. At nearly every location of a popular beverage chain, a familiar practice adds a personal touch. However, there's one location in Virginia where this ritual is entirely absent. Due to strict security policies, staff here must recognize regulars by face alone, never needing to ask for specific details that could cause mix up elsewhere. So, two, three things I want from you. What's being talked about? Why is that location an anomaly? What practice are we talking about? Whatever you can give us.
Okay, so I'm thinking this is Starbucks,
Hmm.
and they're calling regulars by their name, but it would be a problem in Virginia because that's the CIA headquarters.
Perfect, perfect. You gave us everything we were looking for. Starbucks writing names, and this is the CIA headquarter. Starbucks. There's a Starbucks at CIA headquarter, Langley, and yeah, they are not supposed to write name. They are supposed to remember faces. Bunch of other things. Okay, 10 points there to Sanveer, which means we now come to Shrikant. Rosalind Elsie Franklin was a British chemist and X-ray crystallographer whose work was central to the understanding of the molecular structures of an important polymer. Although her works on coal and viruses were appreciated in her lifetime, Franklin's contribution to the discovery of the structure of this polymer was largely unrecognized during her life, for which Franklin has been variously referred to as the wronged heroine, the forgotten heroine, and the Sylvia Plath of molecular biology. What was that polymer, the discovery of whose structure fetched three people the Nobel Prize in 1962?
DNA.
DNA, that is correct. 10 points there to Shrikant. This is the structure, double helix structure, for which Nobel was, of course, we all know Watson, Crick, etc. But we have forgotten Rosalind Elsie Franklin. DNA, Shrikant gets points, which means we have now entered the last quarter, last lap of the quiz. Next direct is to Parth. Parth, in 1883, when a printer in Wyoming ran out of normal paper, he used slightly tinted papers to print the telephone directories. In 1895, Chicago got its first dash dash, which was the first one to be branded that. There is the logo also as an extra clue. What hued commodity of the past is this? What are we talking about?
Yellow pages.
Yes, it is Yellow Pages. Well done, guys. Fantastic. It is Yellow Pages. Okay, now if you look, everything in makes sense. Ran out of normal paper, so use slightly tinted yellow paper, and then that became Yellow Pages. This is the logo. Nobody remembers Yellow Pages now. Okay, 57-63. Three questions to go. Sanvi, ready to play Kingmaker, Spoil Sport, whatever. We'll see. Next up, we come to Sanveer. Sanveer, we are talking about a certain capital city. When this capital city was established around 1515, it was initially located on the southern coast of the country in a swampy region near present day Batabanyo. However, within a few years, the city relocated to its current location on the northern coast, where a natural bay now serves as the harbor. Which capital city are we talking about?
Is it Brasilia?
Not Brasilia, going to Srikant.
Is it Manila?
Not Manila, going to Parth.
I was gonna say Manila as well, so I'd pass. Yeah.
Safe. Okay, cool. We'll take another round. So if we were playing like a GeoGuessr kind of a thing, then Sanveer is the closest to the answer. Okay, so you have to think in that part of the world. Don't think Southeast Asia. Don't think Africa. Don't think Europe. Okay. He said Brasilia. So think the Americas. Okay. Now, famous capital city from the Americas, which is also a harbor. We'll wait. If you guys need more hints, I'll give. Otherwise, three people together, three famous capital cities from that part of the world. Famous capital cities, not one of those कि होता है ना वो La Paz, not like that. Like mainstream, good capital city. I can give extra hints if you guys want. Otherwise, we can take a round because this is a very crucial stage of the quiz. So I don't wanna. We can take a round.
Yeah.
Okay. Sanveer, whenever you're ready.
Mexico City?
Not Mexico City. Going to Srikant.
Is it Havana?
It is Havana. Yes. Havana, Hunana. Well done. Nice. Parth, were you also waiting with Havana? Yes. 6 points there. Havana, famous capital city of Cuba, which is harbor, which was a big, big clue. Okay. 6 points there to Srikant. Scores now. Both of them are on 63. Right? 63, 63 with three questions, two questions to go. And this is a direct for Parth. Parth, this is for you. Two-word answer. In 2023, volunteers distributed 7,000 Kelly Green t-shirts emblazoned with the word "sell" to fans at the Oakland Coliseum. This display was part of a calculated protest against the planned relocation of the Oakland Athletics to Las Vegas, a move announced earlier in the year. The event, organized by dedicated groups like the Oakland 68s, aimed to show A's owner, John Fisher, and Major League Baseball the depth of local support for keeping the team in Oakland. As the A's secured a surprising victory over the Tampa Bay Rays, this gathering highlighted the community's resolve and creativity in fighting against the move. With similar actions being planned for this year, what is the two-word term for these strategic protest approach?
No, I don't have anything. I'd pass.
Okay, Parth is passing. We are going to Sanveer.
Pass.
Passing to Srikant.
Is it a silent protest?
Good guess. But yeah, this is how you have to think of. Like, you have to think of what would you call this. We'll start again with Parth. Okay, anybody can stop me at any point. So usually when you protest something, like if you're a fan and तुमको गुस्सा आ गया कि मैं तो आरसीबी का आरसीबी तो रहने ही दो सब गुस्सा ही रहते हैं but generally like if you're a fan of a team and you're like so or fan of anything you want to protest you do something, okay, a certain word. But here instead of doing that chalo will not go to watch the match, everyone has turned up for the match and then they are protesting there instead of not going to the match in protest. So dash dash kuch aa raha hai two word term. Let's do it, Parth.
Boycotted.
Sorry, two word term.
Boycott, like boycotted. I don't know.
Boycott,
Not boycotting.
not
Boycotting.
boycotting.
NT at the end.
Oh, okay, we'll see. Going to Sanveer.
Anti-boycott?
Good. Okay, going to Srikant.
Is it like the false boycott?
Good guess. Okay. Just had to say they were not boycotting, it was reverse boycott, is what they are calling it. Okay. To the YouTube audience, we had a long deliberation here because we have extra time today. Uh, and we have figured that anti boycott was the closest to reverse boycott because boycott was sort of obvious after I said people will not go to stadium and all that. So 6 points to Sanveer, and somebody in the audience also said that we need drama, which we have achieved with 6 points to Sanveer because this means The next direct is to Shrikant. If Shrikant gets it, Shrikant wins the quiz. If Shrikant passes to Parth, Parth gets this, Parth wins the quiz. And if it passes to Sanveer, then we have a tiebreaker between Parth and Shrikant. Let's see what the question is. Okay, this is a direct for Shrikant. You all deserve to be, like a quizzing idol judge would say. This is for you, Shrikant. While it takes its name from the indigenous people of North America who originally inhabited in upstate New York, the association comes from Hollywood and more specifically from the popular 1939 film Drums Along the Y. That's the movie name, Drums Along the Y, starring Henry Fonda. During the Second World War, many American GIs, notably paratroopers from the 17th Airborne Division, wore it to intimidate their enemies. It was also occasionally worn by American troops during the Vietnam War. In the early 1950s, these were worn by some jazz musicians such as Sonny Rollins. What are we talking about at this point, since this is such a crucial quiz? If anybody has a good guess with them, great. Otherwise, I'm happy to give one helpful clarification also. Otherwise, I'm completely okay to be silent, take one round because it's very crucial. That's why I'm reaching. No objection to more
No
hint.
objection.
All of you are okay with one clarification? Okay. Shrikant is most okay. Whatever clarification he is getting the first round. Okay. Only clarification is I would not have given it in any other condition, any other situation, but since this is a very tight this thing, when I say wore, don't think clothing items in terms of wore. Okay, but wore is the verb you will use for this also. Okay, does that help? Like, okay, we'll take a round with that clarification.
Is the answer whatever it is visible in the picture? As in,
In some way, but not really. Like, I would not recommend spending too much time on the picture, but there are enough hints in the text. Picture also has some clue, but you might get confused, is what I feel. Okay, looks like Shrikant is ready.
so you said it's not a clothing item, right?
Not a clothing item, yeah.
In which case, I'll say Geronimo.
Geronimo, no. Going to Parth.
I don't know the specific term, but is it Mohawk?
So, what more specific were you looking for than Mohawk? That's the winning answer, man. We are talking about Mohawk. Drums along the Mohawk.
I thought there was more like Mohawk something.
More
Mohawk is
Mohawker, something. No, no. Perfect. Mohawk. Mohawkant. Indigenous people who are, of course, the Mohawk, the tribe Mohawk, and the movie is called Drums Along the Mohawks. That's why I clarified hairstyle. You wear hairstyle, right? You wore a Mohawk. Okay, Drums Along the Mohawk. That was the winning answer. 11 points to Parth. Whoa, fantastic stuff. Okay, Sanvi, did you know this Mohawk? नहीं. Okay, okay. Because मजा आ जाता अगर इसने पास किया तूने बोला तो ऑडियंस को तो मजा आ जाता भाई तुम्हारा पता नहीं कलेश हो जाते भाई. Okay. Now let's take a look at the final score. Sanveer had 15 in the first half. Then he got 10 for Starbucks CIA headquarter funda and 6 for anti-boycott, reverse boycott. Sanveer ends on 31. Then we come to Shrikant. Shrikant had 36. Then he got 11 for Ask Trump to stop using music funda, 11 there. Then 10 for DNA and 6 for Havana. Shrikant ends on 63. Shrikant, no doubt, fantastic. I mean, you were great. You got 13 in out of 15 in prelims, and you were there in the running till the last, literally the last moment of the quiz. Now we come to Parth. Parth, who had 32 in the first half, got inmate 11 points, 10 for duo, the Duolingo funda, 10 points for yellow pages, and of course the winning answer 11 for Mohawk. Parth wins the quiz with 74 points. Crazy. That brings us to the end. Now we have an award for you guys. Okay. Now, as you all know, you get a book from one of my collections of book. The book that you're getting has become a phenomenon in the last couple of years, and not couple of decades. I mean, off late. Let's put it that way. Is My Brilliant Friend. Have you heard of this book? Anybody in the audience? Fan? Yeah. Yeah, now they have like TV adaptation and all that. It's very popular. The reason I started this quiz, ki whether you guys like Andaz Apna Apna, is because as a surprise to our quiz winners, we have we have we have a T-shirt that is not for sale. You know what I mean? Nobody can buy this. You can't buy a quiz. Okay, it's only for people who come and win. And this T-shirt is called. Anybody who sees you has to go like, Ayla, quiz winner. Okay, please come and collect this par. Please come here. Please come and collect this Ayla first ever. Another trivia after Rohan Mitra. First ever winner of quizzing T-shirt called Ayla quiz winner. You guys can do it. The two of you, full day. Show it to which camera? Somewhere. Yes, Ayla. Yeah. And done. And this book also part for you. He's like book क्या पता नहीं क्या brilliant friend बकवास T-shirt लेके Thank you so much and congratulations Parth. Thank you so much.